I think I've got it.
So we are live in the desert, and I am not Molly talking about Qatar. Somehow we're talking about Scotland at this point of time. It is absolutely roasting, but we are here for some SLR action, and the party should have me in the area. Unbelievable stuff as through goes Hamilton. I hope I hope that Baggy shit expands a little bit though.
Seems like he has shares, but pants looking at the chat. So yes, there was multiple boxes that I had to tick to get the party audio included, which I didn't realise. Because as I said to Mr. Baggy, this would be such a BTEC stream of poor quality that it shouldn't even go onto the SLR streaming channel, but here we are.
Now it's going to after the watershed because obviously you can't swear before 10 o'clock, and obviously that's going to happen here.
It's 9 o'clock.
Is it 9? Oh well.
I thought it was 9, so we got 35 minutes to wait out, even though I don't think we will for some reason.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I was just lying there, and then decided to get up. I'm like, I've just finished the international break. What have I got ahead of me? I've got about 90 million contracts to renew, and then you're just like, shall we? And I'm like, let's do this.
So I was just sat there. I could see there was no streams. I thought, you know what, I'll join the lobby. I'll be the nice guy. I thought, I'm asking the Maxwell. Oh, I'm getting someone in to blabber crap for 30, 40 minutes and have a good old laugh.
Thankfully, it's only 18 people that I need to decide. Not actually the stream, the racers here, but contracts if they stay or if they die, basically. Decision time.
If they stay or if they die.
So hopefully the guys didn't watch the F2 today and don't decide to do the opening. Not even the first corner.
2/3 of that race.
The first straight, basically. When
yeah.
Roman Stanek, I think, decided to just tap Isaac Hadjar, who then proceeded to Birrelette, take out God knows how many other people, either through avoiding action or whatever else.
But then, of course, we look back at the F3 sprint. Whew.
I still need to watch that back.
There was a safety car every 2 or 3 laps in that one.
It was that way. I didn't need to sleep till 3 o'clock. I saw the race was at 9. I thought, you know what? I'll just set it to record. Body clock's like 7:30. Let's go. 4 hours sleep, fantastic. And people wonder why I have to start living off energy drinks. And I was like, right, I'll watch it. And then it was like, boom, safety car. I'm like, all right. And then the second safety car, I'm like, well, that was going to happen. Thankfully, woke up before FP3, but we'll see how this goes compared to yesterday. Obviously, the Div 2 race was a bit of a DRS train, but well, several DRS trains.
Absolutely. Something to note: no formation lap, because Division 3 were having issues last week with their formation lap. They followed the McEwen protocol here, and they've turned it off. So it is lights out and away we go for the carnage straight away.
I can't even mind the last race I done. I'm at this stage a full-time race engineer. I've probably done about 10 races as an engineer before I last raced, I think. And yeah, then obviously...
You're a mighty good engineer. It's just a shame that the driver you're communicating with doesn't know his brake pedal from his accelerator.
But hey, you've had a race win in that time, we'll claim it.
That was some of that obviously probably cannot be named. A bit of naming differences here.
Lots of like issues with the game with no formation laps, so that's fine. We've only got another 2 races to go after this, and then this. Well, I don't know. It's just me. I haven't had a great time in this game at all. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think it is just the fact that this game. I don't know if I've just maybe just no played it as much. I don't know. It's never really clicked to me.
I've enjoyed this game. From the races I've done, I have really enjoyed it. Obviously, I've reduced my assist this one because it was that more accessible to do. But I can understand what you mean. It's just, I think it comes down to the real life F1 being so crap and max dominated. Mm-hmm. There hasn't been the buzz around the sport that really entices you to engage and do it.
Because normally, like at the start of an F1 cycle, I'll do the career mode, and you know what I mean, I'll maybe do like 2-3 seasons in pretty quick succession. And I tried to get into the F1 life. I'd done a lot of the online lobbies and stuff like that, but it only maybe took like 4 or 5 weeks. I've had a far more enjoyable time. I don't know if it's just the changing tracks, the different motors and stuff on Forza Motorsport than I've had in F1. Not any good at Forza Motorsport. No, I'm still a terrible driver. I'm still slow as fuck. But it's just the fact, like, it's just been a pleasure to, drive places like Nürburgring, Hockenheim. I mean, when they gave us the DLC for the Nordschleife, man, I was like, oh my god, this is just some buzz.
I reckon you've definitely some truth in there. The new tracks, different feelings, entirely new mechanics would encourage you to race it more. With the F1 itself, I think because you always normally go to a courier or my team, and there was no work to done to that
Mhm.
this year, you just load, oh, this is the same crap I played last year, turn it back off.
And then you take that situation, and I say what I said with F1 Manager. Like, the only reason I believe that's had that bit of fresh air is because obviously last year I had the console, this year I went PC, and just how easy it
Hmm.
was to get the mods going. But we have 5 red lights, and we are light suit, and away we go. And Baggy's
Oh,
jumped the start.
baggy!
So it's been a weekend to forget for him. He's failed to make the playoffs, and he's failed to make a successful start here either, or the playoff final, I should say. See, nobody seems to have taken each other out so far. That's always a good sign. I'm just going to try and get as much stuff up in my side. Not get a yellow
Oh,
flag
someone's
somewhere
just
more.
put in. Ooh, heckling lost the rear there coming out of turn 4. Bit too much power, nearly hit the wall. Thankfully didn't. Yeah, similar to yesterday, there's a real mix of tyre strategies here again, with a lot starting on the hard tyres, which I find is a real surprise again.
I'm just
You
getting used
surely
to
want to be saving those
this again.
for the latest in.
Because that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say it's like a Division 3 thing, but I think, like, and I said to you last night, you need to be wary of that safety car. I mean, if it comes at the wrong time, that could possibly play into somebody like BGR's SX Perry, or it could play into Alligator's hands on the medium tyre, or even Hubbardie with the ambitious strategy on the softs. But as I say,
Soft tyres.
it's always good to have somebody an outliner, because then, you never know what's going to happen. It could be completely unpredictable.
Talking of SX Perry and Alligator 86, this is their debut races. They both joined in the last couple of days. The Bulgarian takeover is here, and by the looks of it, they've got a bit of pace about them. So, welcome to the league.
That'd be interesting to
Give
see
these
how they
guys
do.
hell.
Obviously, on the lower compounded tyre compared to obviously Halo, Danny, and Lofty. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Even though I'm in the division as a reserve, I don't have a clue the title permutations, so I don't know how that's affecting it. So things I've noticed
Ricky
here.
Aerobus.
Just gonna go look at something. Position change. Taylor Jenkins is up 9 places already. Biggest losers for that was Mantas and Hicklin, both down 10 and 12 respectively. And I think we've got 4 pitters there, which would have been Husky, Baggy, Mantas, and Hicklin, all making alterations there. Oh, no, sorry, just Husky and Baggy didn't, but they are 19 seconds adrift of the field, and there you go, another further 13 seconds to Mantas and Hicklin, both on the medium compound of tyre.
So Tyler Jenkins had a qualifying ban, so he was at the back to start regardless, and definitely a good start there. You said gaining 9 positions. Someone who I think he is in the fight. I've just sent you the championship standings as they are. He's got an outside chance of sitting into it. It's really, I think, between Halo and Bad Otter. So Halo's doing exactly what he needs to do at the minute. As we have a car around, which is Stars Orphan, unfortunately.
Oh, the main man Stars, good lad him. But I'm just looking for what you've put there. So obviously Halo 187, as you see in the stream there, the situation with Stars. 1790 Bad Otter, so Otter sitting in 9th at the moment. And then you've got Taylor Jenkins 159. Hicklin, it probably is a wee bit too much for him, as I say. He gets 75 points to, well, tell a lie, 78 points to play for, fastest laps included. We don't do any sprints, I can't even remember. I'm so
two races left. It's only 52 left.
They done Brazil?
Yep, Brazil's done, mate. That was last week. You're a week out of touch.
Right.
There's 2 races left: Qatar and Abu Dhabi.
I'm forgetting we shared that incident, the infamous incident at Brazil. That's right. Oh well, and that goes to my idea. I actually thought it was Brazil tonight. I'm like, and then I thought it was Qatar. I'm like, I'll probably just break it the wrong place. But Well, might tune up for Abu Dhabi for 100, but 52 points to play for then. So I think you could definitely mathematically rule out Hicklin then as a freeway battle. And Tyler Jenkins needing a bit of a miracle here. But interesting, I mean, obviously that shenanigans that's happened so far, he's pretty much got a split then of 12 and 6. So obviously the gap goes to where Stars Offense had the issue. And then it's kind of gaps there between Racer Boy, Baggy and Husky, but nice wee battle. And at the moment we have a 7-car DRS train, but I think that's probably going to be 8. Taylor Jenkins just 1.2 if we get a move there for the lead, as Halo has been passed by a legendary Danny D, that famous toe down the back straight, allowing that move to happen.
I don't think Halo tried to defend that one there. I mean, he's not going to do anything stupid, not going to risk that championship, because he could potentially wrap it tonight, especially with Bad Order currently down to P9 there. He's now just going to hold on to the back of Danny D and hope he can pull him through this.
It's what I've said to you as well. It's like, I mean, it's a 29 lap race. I mean, if you're really going gung ho in lap 4, I mean, you know, it's. But what's the point? You know what I mean? You're literally like a 7th into the race.
Yeah, you're asking for something to happen.
I get plenty of twists and turns along the way, and that's how you adapt and go to them. But I'm interested already. So I'll go with SX Perry. A time penalty already after 4 laps for track limit violations. It's going to be interesting to see who can keep it within the white lines, which was a very interesting point on the actual F1 today. As I say, that last 2 corners at Imola, I'm like, it looked a bit sketchy. Also,
it seemed like in places they had extended the white line, hadn't it? They had double painted it just to give the drivers that little bit more, which I was surprised to see, to be honest.
Tell you one thing,
Taylor's about to lose another position here to Lofty.
I was on
to fight it back.
Was on Colden's onboard there, and I'm like, that looks like limits. That looks like limits. You know, what track are we driving here, Colden? But again, he's on the hard compound tyre, so they're going to take a bit of time to go up to speed. Hubbardys, I don't think his tyre's going to last very long. I don't think they did last night. The soft runners, I can't even mind who it was that ran them.
Adrian starts on the soft. He pitted on the 5th or the 6th lap. To be honest, from what I've experienced last night, the mediums didn't feel great either. They were very quick to lose the grip. The hard tyre was definitely the race tyre. Anybody that's gone for the harder set of compounds, they'd have 2
yellow flag, my man.
S. Perry. SX Perry's gone. Alligator 2. All of the 2 Bulgarians come together. I'm going to assume they're in a party. Tyler Jenkins has now got past Hubbardy as well, so he is fully going ho to try and claw onto his championship hopes.
Bad order there, getting by Alligator. So other moves there. Down the back of the field is Race Boy ahead of Stars Orphan, and Baggy getting ahead of Husky. But a lot of them are in DRS. What's interesting now, I said to you previously it was like a really big train. Colden's been dropped by the front 3 by 3.2 seconds. He has dropped Tyler Jenkins out of DRS, as has he dropped Hubbardie. But as I say, this is a phone circuit as Alligator. I think that's damage. I'll take a wee look in the pits to see if he does have any front line change. It'll be interesting to see if SX Perry does the same or if he carries on. AlphaTauri's carrying on, so that is just the one driver. In the pits, so 5 laps completed, you're taking off mediums. I think here it's a front line definitely. And I think the main thing for him is he's a Williams driver, he doesn't have to replace the chassis, so that's not going to happen. Hicklin as well with a penalty.
Hasn't, yeah. Williams don't take the spares to the Middle East. Why would you? So
interestingly, Mo, top 3 DRS train. Everybody else is just over 1 second apart from Husky on Baggy, which is 8/10. So, yeah, nobody's towing MD along apart from these front 3. And of course, if they've got the DRS on each other, then they're just going to pull themselves further and further away from Colden, which is going to give them that wee opportunity as well. Should something happen, they'll have that wee gap to kind of protect themselves.
With myself knowing the 3 drivers at the front, Danny D will be running the lower wing setup here, so he's not going to be under extreme pressure from Halo going into turn 1 here, unless if he cocks it up going out the final corner.
It's a second
As I say, that
penalty for SX Perry. I'm assuming for track limits. I don't know about yourself, Mo, but I have found myself constantly watching the onboard or the offset cockpit cameras, we've got a yellow flag, and that is, I think.
Oh, VSC. It's going to be, I think, Perry again. Yep.
Rico actually
Lost his-
spinning at the last corner.
No, it was.
Oh, that's
was
Perry,
it Rico?
sorry. No, it's
No, it
Perry.
was Perry. Yeah, Perry had lost his front wing there. Damage on the track, VSC. I think it's too early for anybody to go to the hard, so Stars is going to have to go to the medium, so he's going to have to pit again. There's no way he's going to take his mediums 23 laps.
I'm intrigued to make sure that everybody kind of went with the balance strategy. I think this might be even some time that you see Hubbard potentially pit if the safety, well, if the VSC is the extent of, sometimes you get it quite lengthy.
Oh, that is huge. So just as you were saying, if it's going to be a lengthy one, you cut it short, or they heard you down to race control. But nope, we're going to cut it. Danny D, screw you.
Mikey, that's so not right.
Halo has just been given an absolute gift. I think Danny's going to probably stay out and just gun-ho to try and build a gap for pitting in probably a couple of laps' time. At least that's what I would do anyway.
Well, I mean, if there's somebody that knows about jumping a VSC, it would be you, Mo. Quite recently. You done it.
You're not meant to mention this.
I think it caught me. Was it Japan? Tell me when it was. It caught me quite recently as well. Do you know, I don't actually think that's a bad idea, Danny going as quickly as possible. And I'll tell you the reason why. If he comes out, there's a really nice gap between Rico and Raceboy. If he gets that gap, clean air, he's not going to be towing Halo and Lofty. Admittedly, Lofty will get towed by Halo. It might not be the worst idea. He's in a very nice gap if he's cleared this Ferrari, which it looks like he has.
Ferrari as well.
So he's in a nice wee gap.
I think Lofty's going to be quite comfortably to get Halo now. He's been getting to within a couple of attempts, and because obviously Halo's had the DRS, he hasn't been able to have that final little bit of oomph he needs. They're both very similar on the ERS battery, so it's a straight shootout between the two of them. I mean, we both know Lofty's got the pace. He's a very quick driver who I'm sure if he could commit consistently would be probably in Division 2.
Oh, having raced Lofty a lot of times, I can safely say when he's on it, he's on it. You know what I mean? He'll have some races, I don't know if it's maybe just getting used to whatever, as I say, hardware he was using or whatever else, but as I say, when the guy's on it, the guy is absolutely rapid. There's no question about it.
And look at the way he's closed up to Halo through the previous few corners. He is going to be in a bloody brilliant place here to take this down. He probably even before the start-finish line, to be honest.
A nice wee DRS train forming. Taylor Jenkins needed to maybe get a wee bit of move on there to just get into Colden. He might have got it in the back straight. He hasn't.
There we go. Before turn 1, Lofty's passed Halo into P1. Changed it for the lead again. And as you're saying, a bit further back here, Jenkins is just outside, isn't he?
Just by
I thought give Hubbard some props quick. 8 laps on those soft tyres is a pretty darn good stint.
See, I thought he was going to pit there, but see the fact, like, he is just getting towed along, so if he can just keep that pace up and, as I say, not lose him within the swoopy winding parts of the track, then, yeah, just use him to tow you along. And although it does seem like he is struggling here, and I think that's him going to fall out. Also, Colden with track limit violation as well.
Yeah, looking back at the front, Lofty's already dropped Halo by 8 tenths. I reckon he might get it over to a second through the next few corners. Because again, looking back at the last lap, Lofty was sublime through those multiple right-handers there. But Hubbard surely has to pit. He's just lost DRS.
Legendary Danny has a 3-second time penalty, and yeah, and Badwater is right up back of him now.
Yeah, it's what we're currently on board with here. It's Hubbard, if you can hear us, box, get those softs off the car.
Hubbard, it's James. Well, not really, because James is 3 places behind you, but still. Although, to be fair, Hubbard, it's James would be a case of can you back him up a wee bit longer, because he's only 2 seconds behind, and then he can get in the DRS train. But Danny's starting to get back into a bit of rhythm. I think maybe that just cooled the tyres down or whatever else, but he started to tee into Rico. That's maybe 2 seconds he's gained in the time he's been out. But he's in, as I say, he is obviously a bit of lead because of that, but he's in clean air, you know what I mean? And with how these races go, all it takes is somebody to have a wee wobble, and it can change everything. Like talking about a wobble, or maybe just a case of maybe just losing grip. But Halo out of DRS now by quite a margin.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it's as you were saying, this is going to be one of those races where Lofty seems to be on it. So, fair play to the boy. Hopefully, he keeps the car on the straight and narrow. Hopefully, he's got enough fuel in it, of course. Something I found yesterday, burnt through fuel like nothing here. So, if anybody's gone potentially even a lap of fuel up, just a lap of fuel over, they might run out by the end.
So that's one thing I warned you about. I said to you, like, make sure you've overfueled, and like you did overfuel more than usual, and you're still like,
Mm-hmm.
I hope
I'm
it's
sure
staying
there's a
out
few in this
again.
field that were stayed out again.
He is in the
We're
DRS.
currently on board with Tyler Jenkins. Oh, Battle now with the penalty. They are starting to rack up. Here we go back. Tyler Jenkins moves to the right hand side, just breezes them past there. Nothing Calder can do. I thought we're going to have a look at Hubbardine. Nope, he's just a bit too far back. But we do have Alligator pushing Husky Saturn through the third sector here.
And I thought I just seen a nuke there, but that was just Danny getting by a Rico. Like, Queow.
Yep. He's got that proper Red Bull, is he?
Oh, he was.
There we go. I mean,
he was
Alligator just activates the DRS. We really do have Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez in the two Red Bulls today, with Alligator just walking past Husky like he's not even there to now attack the baggy.
Husky, if you want to take them all out for a fee for those comments, come on, use Sergio Perez. But now what I'm quite interested by is, so if Danny gets to James, right? So Danny will be like, well, James will be isolated. You know what I mean? No protection, just obviously with DRS, etc. Danny would probably double the battery. It's a wee battle ahead. Gregor's, Badwater, Hubbardie, Colden, Tyler Jenkins. Like that could cost him a good bit of time. But my maths is right. You're probably saying Legendary Danny's maybe. Oh, I can actually just check it instead of actually just try to guess myself. 18 seconds. I was going to say 17, so that's the gap that Legendary Danny is off Lofty. So you could say maybe just a wee bit faster than the leaders. Maybe, I don't know how long a pit stop would per se be. I'd imagine 20
Hubbardie's
odd
just
seconds.
gone in, so we could find out. Which has released Badwater, who was pretty. I thought for a minute Badwater was going to try and send it through those long right-handers there on a real whim, really.
Hecklin that picks up a pin.
Tell you what, I'm surprised Tyler Jenkins hasn't been able to pull away from Colden since going past him. He had the pace advantage to catch him quite easily, got past, and hasn't made an indent on the top two.
Possibly a chance that mediums are starting to wane, but then again, as I say, Hubbardie took his softs 11 laps. I'm intrigued though, like, do you think Hub could really take these mediums 18 laps, or is a two-stopper going to be his plan to go with the softer compounds and not touch the hards?
Well, looking back at yesterday, it was reckoning you could potentially do 16 laps on the mediums. I mean, there is a possibility for him to squeeze 18 out on a lighter car, but it's going to be a bloody risk. As I said, for me personally, the hards were the better race tyre. If I was him, I'd go straight to the hards at the last stint to the end, and you'd have had that consistent pace.
Legendary Danny picks up another pin. Because that's the thing, like the only real outlier you've got for obviously tyre expectancy entire life is going to be Tyler Jenkins, Gregors and Husky. They'll give you the data, maybe Mantas as well, because his are 10 laps as well, but you don't really have that many with the data as the Mercedes do a swap, a route. If that's even a word.
Swapperoo. Nothing like Qatar last year where Hamilton, because it was Russell here, wasn't it, into turn one?
Yep, two Mercedes came together.
Yep. Damn sight cleaning on those boys. And saying it, Jenkins is again dropping back from the leaders. He's lost a few tenths that lap.
And he's got a penalty.
Formateus gas, talk of the devil.
And he'll appear. Sorry. I believe in Joe Hendry. So, well, we've got the Scotsman here for it, but not quite the same parks in Keys Edinburgh. But we should, depending on how he can get in the next couple of corners, have Danny getting James. If he can get in that DRS, I think the problem with Danny is those penalties are going to be quite costly, but then again, a lot of people are raking them up, so you could see somebody, like a James, like a Gregors, who don't have any, really benefit for this, or somebody that we've not particularly mentioned, but penalty free in the top 10, Rico as well, just kind of coasting along in P9, and bad order. Sorry, Gregors, it switched at the last second there. 12 laps on the mediums and decided that'll do.
I think that's the right move. 12 laps on these, 15 or 16 on wherever it's going to be on the hard tyre there.
As the Red
Go
Bull.
for the undercut.
Right by James there. Aye, Danny in a straight line is very quick for that DRS assistance.
I tell you what, for the drive-through, he's done quite well to get back to where he is.
Mhm.
He's, as you're saying, really utilised the clean air, and he's given it his all, really, hasn't he?
And I'll say as well, that was quite vital for Gregors there, just to get out ahead of Alligator, so that's going to give him that wee kind of bit of clean air as well. You could argue he's at clean air, Hubbard's at clean air, it's just a case of just get the laps, get the head down, get the laps in, and see where it takes you, and stay within those white lines. So that looked like Rico was a wee bit wobbly, but he's still facing forward.
Now, I'm going to jinx it by doing this, but I'm going to have to say fair play to everybody so far for keeping it clean, safety car free. Long may it continue.
I'm available for a fee. Oh, James, that's a very interesting line. As Bad Otter gets another time penalty.
Yeah, you mentioned Gregors a minute ago as one that doesn't have penalties so far. He is one that I would be pretty confident on going towards the end without any anyway. He's usually pretty good at keeping it within the white line, so could be one to keep an eye on for a late push for a podium position if something happens further up the road.
Tell you one thing as well, well played to James there, keeping within the DRS of, or keeping within the 1 second of Danny for the full lap, which means he utilises that DRS and just tows himself right back up. Helps him extend that gap to Rico a wee bit further. James is going along quite smoothly, 11 seconds clear of, or even 12 seconds clear of Race Boy in ninth, so a nice wee cushion for to punish her in this.
First fuel, like race boy needs the needs a safety car. Are there any other ones? Oh, Hicklin, of course it is. Hicklin always under fuels.
Somebody's got a Lyco. And now nearly 4 seconds at the front of the grid as well. Between Lofty and Halo on the same strategy. I'm intrigued to know. I think Jenkins is actually maybe going to try and take this to softs. Oh, Lofty's in. Taylor Jenkins decides. You're very wide line there.
I'm surprised Lofty's gone that early on the hard tyre, to be honest. Oh, SX Peary with yes another penalty. Is it going to be him, be Danny D for the most for this race?
And Danny in as well.
Danny, talk. Fair enough. I would have expected Danny to go a few laps further.
And Race Boy. Anybody else?
Seems like they're doing a 2-for-1 special in the pits or something. Mantis, you going in? No, you're staying out. Husky. Come on, Husky. In you go.
Because then you're expecting to do half race distance on me. Well, Taylor Jenkins has made it work, to be fair. As I say, I think he is going to just try and extend to those soft tyres. He's maybe saw what Hubbard he could do.
I mean, Jenkins, as you're saying, he needs to pull a Hail Mary out here, pull something different. Perhaps that could be it. Medium to soft. Yeah, but he's got nothing to lose, has he?
That's it. Sometimes you need to take those risks. Sometimes they'll pay off for you. Sometimes they will not. Danny's going to have an interesting lap here, closing in within half a second of Alligator. I think that's Alligator, and I'm sitting calling him Alligator, but screw it, Alligator sounds better. But aye, he just needs to kind of make sure he doesn't slow him down too much in this middle part of the lap, and then nuke it when those tyres are fully up to temperature. When he gets to DRS straight.
Halo has pitted, Colden's pitted, Bad Otter is in. Tyler Jenkins is going to take the lead, so if there's to be a safety car, Danny D's not even waiting for the final stroke. That is a beautiful overtake. Now into the triple right-hander, way clear of Alligator, and good money for an undercut here.
James, you could be in the top 3, you failed me. Why did you pit? We got an lap. I could have had James in the podium place collection.
Hubbard's undercut is unbelievable. He's right on the back of Halo.
That is wild.
And talking about Halo lost probably about 2.93 seconds there to Lofty by staying out one extra lap.
So here's another crazy one as well. Remember, Gregors and Bad Otter were quite close together, letting each other by 5.5 seconds more or less the gap. Now down to 5.4, of course. I've jinxed it there.
Colden just went slightly right there. I don't know what the corner number it is, but Danny D just went, thank you very much for the free position. Through onto the back of Bad Otter now. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets past him here, because the Red Bull driver is looking like he's got that car on rails at the minute.
If Taylor Jenkins has timed this right, I don't know how long, but say a pit stop's 25 seconds, he would be looking at just ahead of Bad Otter. So that's going to be quite an interesting place for him to filter out, because obviously I'm sure he's going for softs. So it'll be interesting to see where he filters.
As I say, we're on board with him, so we shall see in a second. Obviously Lofty's going to go flying on through right now. Oh, cold, and that's not a nice one to get. He is going for the soft tyre. You've definitely spent the majority of this season on the pit wall, haven't you, looking at strategies and the whatnot.
Well, I mean,
Let's see where the F1 manager feeds back out.
No, as I say, I think obviously the data you get for, as I say,
he's going to
take them.
He's going to be racing Otter on the exit here. Oh, this is going to be a three-way into turn 1.
Oh, Colden has been disqualified for blocking in the pit lane.
That seems like one of those funky game moments.
We'll probably see a comment for Colden in the Discord of what actually happened there. I'm not really too sure.
Right, back to the race. And Tyler Jenkins did come up behind both Danny D and Bad Otter. Danny D got Bad Otter into turn 1. Jenkins is going to have to push past these two quickly. I think he has got a chance here to catch the leaders, but he needs to clear both of these this lap.
I think his worry here is it's not as if it's people on the hards, it's two people that are on medium tyres. They're remotely competitive tyres, I would say. They're certainly drivers with a bit of pace about them.
Yes.
So
he's come out behind some of the stronger guys in the division, that's for sure.
The only thing I'd say maybe really benefits him here is he's a far superior battery, but he is gonna have to rinse this. And as I said a few times, maybe obviously it was just an extremely powerful toe, that Danny has been effective in a straight line.
It's definitely a low wing set for Danny D.
So we'll see here if
getting past Bad Otter is imperative. If he can tuck in behind Danny, it might work to his advantage, but on the soft tyres, it's going to get Bad Otter regardless.
Otter's a sitting duck. Is it going to be a double overtake?
He's out from it.
Should have the grip.
Bad.
And he just has to tucked in behind.
That'll be another lap for Tyler to sit behind there. Yeah.
Lose the effectiveness of the tyres. That's the only real battle on the track at the moment. Else is quite a gap. Shout out to Mantis, 17 laps on the mediums, so he's managed to keep them going. I think it was one of those ones, maybe a Hail Mary, hope for a safety car, and then see where he's at. But as I mentioned earlier on, like as I say, James tucking along in P8, Rico having a very quiet and effective race in P10. No, can't really grumble that. He's just going about doing his business.
So I said, if Rico can get his arse into gear here, there's 5 drivers ahead with penalties. Possibility to gain a good chunk.
As Danny gets
picks up another penalty
for track limits.
9 seconds.
And this is going to be interesting here because Bad Otter is right behind Tyler Jenkins, so he's going to get the double slipstream, he's going to get the DRS, the tow. Will he be able to make a double overtake?
So Tyler Jenkins is through. Bad Otter is going to follow through here as well.
Is he?
Through turn 1. I think he's going to get the better exit. Danny D's fighting hard for that one. And
oh, there's a wee bit of contact there.
It's a little bit of a kiss, but Robin is racing. And Danny D's looking like he's going to go straight back at it. He's not going to go, yeah, you can have that position. He wants it. He says, screw the 9 seconds worth of penalties. I'm coming for you on track.
And then obviously Tyler Jenkins in this situation is just like, I am go, 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 I am out of here. He's going to try and
He's
break
going
that
to do our
1 second.
favourite thing of I am speed.
It's banned in here. After Spain, after Canada, that's banned.
Yes.
I've been intrigued to see how much he takes out of Gregor's, because obviously he'd want to get within that 1 second margin.
Already taken 3/10 out of Gregor's. And that was just for a few corners. I don't think he'll have DRS this lap unless he absolutely nails this long right-hander.
So we'll what? 1-4. I think we're going to go at 1-3, 1-2.
Yes, just outside of it. He'll be on the back of Gregor's next lap for the overtake. And then it's a second up the road to the podium. So even to get to a podium is a brilliant recovery from Tyler Jenkins.
As Rico was going so well as Danny gets out of bad order. So what I'm intrigued to see as well is obviously like Tyler Jenkins has to go, 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 but at the same time like those softs are going to die off in like 3 laps time, you know what I mean? He's, I say that the most key point for those softs would have been when he would have been lobbed behind other guys, so I'm intrigued to see how it goes down. That's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people with penalties. So we have, I want to be quicker count the people without penalties, 7, including your top 4.
That's testament for the top 4. They've obviously got themselves in the position they want to be. They've got the gaps, they've managed it. They're not, I think that it's definitely a case of they're not pushing like everybody else in the midfield is. They're playing it smart. Gregor's here might save himself his day of execution for 1 lap if he can get within Hubbardy's DRS, which he's right on the cusp of doing.
Because I think as well, like, see when you're following, like, I know it's great you're getting the bonus to the DRS on the back straight, but following that in that dirty air in like this type of track that's so twisty and bendy, it can lead to, you know, wibble wobble outside the right lines and all sorts.
Not even just the dirty air, it's the line. If someone takes a different line to you, be in the following car, you're going to take it. Or they might they may miss a braking point at one point, and that's you following them off on that wrong line.
Absolutely. That's nice. We got a nice wee 4-car DRS battle, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Nice wee one down the bottom as well. We have Husky right up the backside of Hicklin, and we also have Algator behind Stars. So we'll keep an eye on them. Not for any points, but chaos can ensue in Division. Hey, chaos can ensue in Division 3. It could be a vital overtake that leads to, you know, down the line there could be a safety car that puts you in that position. So I think Husky is going to get this position here, as Alligator has just got Stars going into the last corner. So Husky going to go for it, he's going for it, and the Red Bull is
He's struggling. Just about. That I'm surprised at how. Yeah, he just didn't seem at the pace. I really thought for a minute Akelim was going to be able to fight that through turn 1 there on the exit of turn 2.
Interestingly as well, after they had the damage at the start and the early pit stop, the long stint in the mediums, so Mantas did jump to the softs. He was right up the back of Baggy as Gregors gets his penalty.
So that was a pressure-induced penalty.
And Bad Otter's
Bad Otter picked one up too. Danny D's trying to go side by side with Jenkins already. This could be a 4 positions lost for Gregors. He is a sitting duck. 1, 2, 3.
Ring the bell, goddammit!
Ding ding ding. And your new Intercontinental Champion. Don't know why I went to the Intercontinental.
So I think at this rate, unless there's a safety car, I'd say it's quite comfortable for Lofty, quite comfortable for Halo.
Oh,
I was going to say there.
you were about to say quick.
Oh no, I was going to say comfortable. I was going to say at least Howdy has a cushion. That cushion is now eradicated. So just to kind of fit him.
Right, I'm going to have to say it. What we need now is a safety car. Baggy's on the podium.
Let's go.
A safety car.
So if anyone wants the quick rundown.
Claim, we know you'll have a bit of a spin. Do it.
So Hubbard, Tyler Jenkins, Gregors, Punisher, Rico, Raceboy, Mantas and Stars are on 3 seconds. Hicklin is on 6. Legendary Danny and Bad Otter are on 9. and SX Perry is on 12.
And the fuel check. Nobody in the top 5 is light yet. It's just Race Boy, Picklin, and Stars.
I'm going to call it now, and I'm probably going to jinx him. Mantas is going to get a point here. Unless Race Boy has a very good Lyco.
Oh, Hubbard's just had his rear's just kicked out here. Tyler Jenkins smells blood in the water from that Ferrari. Hub is already starting, I think, to struggle with the grip here. And the pressure from the two charging nutcases behind.
I will say, right, he's had obviously 9 seconds off the pen, so that'll drop him down. Oh, he just took the back of Jenkins there because of the difference in line. He'll probably finish P6 because I think obviously Bad Auto dropped to 7. But considering the drive-through, Danny P5 at the moment. It's a hell of a recovery.
A great recovery. I think he was around Hubbardy when he got the drive-through as well, so he's put himself back in the position where he was. 7.4 seconds off second place.
Only 14 seconds off the lead, so that tells you he would have had the pace to be battling, although we have to admit there has been a lot of towing people along, etc. in the DRS train.
I mean, one man that hasn't needed the tow a bit of DRS or anything is Lofty, who's just ran away with it today. So hopefully he can continue and get a well-deserved victory there.
No TV time for you, Lofty. You get the Max Verstappen curse.
Right. Yes. We may mention you in passing from time to time, and Jenkins pulls to the right-hand side, is past Hubbardy. The Ferrari has been dispatched. Danny D, I don't think he's going to wait around here. He's made a couple of moves already through the corners. If he gets a whiff, he is going to go for it.
See, what I find interesting here, so Tyler Jenkins is on 7-lap-old softs, so they're going to be dying. Hubbardy's on 13-lap-old mediums, they're going to be dying.
As I say it, Danny D goes down the inside of the right-hander there. Well, Hubbardy's going to fight it back up the inside here. Does he have the traction on the exit? No, he does not. This has allowed Bad Auto now to get on the back of the pair of them. He plays it smart, stays behind. Is this Hickling going to retire, is it?
We'll see you at the end of the race. Hickling, you can join us in the Skypad. Now, interesting there, we're just flicking through at the various drivers. All had the similar type of battery, so that's Taylor Jenkins, Legendary Danny, etc. I thought Hubbardy on that kind of like 10 to 14% window. Actually, at the same extent,
I'll tell you what,
Halo and Lofty.
that is a phenomenal driving by Hubbardy and Bad Auto there to go side by side through that triple right-hander, no contact. Lovely to see. Bad Auto's going to send it down the inside here through the final corner. DRS in open and go, yep. Fair play to Hubbardy for fight. Oh, Baggy! Baggy! You've ruined it.
Never mind this, we might have a double overtake. Is he going to send off his teammate? Is Gregor's going to do it? He has decided not to. It's going to be formation for the Mercedes, and Hub is down at P7.
Yeah, Charles Leclerc will fight it solo.
But it just shows you how effective like towing each other's been in these kind of situations. These guys have gapped James by 18 seconds. It's kind of like in a world he's on because he's got 7 seconds to anybody behind him.
Nobody's stronger on the inside again. Greg just has the speed on exit, the line. Tyler Jenkins is making slight inroads into Halo, but it doesn't really matter, does it? He's unless if there's a massive moment from himself, he's got P3 wrapped up.
I think this is the last lap he can really get a safety car. As Algator decides to hold off Husky. So I think that DRS has maybe not been as powerful for Husky Saturn. And they've got stars in this battle as well. Are we going to see Perry go for a potential fastest lap attempt, although he is going to see himself 1 lap down, and that might hamper his opportunity to go for a fastest lap.
So that might be the reason he pitted. He's end this race now. I've had enough of this crap. I'm going to drop myself a lap down, get off it quicker.
If I was him, I would drop as much as you can. There's a Gackley car's obviously to Hubbardy, and then there's a massive gap. Make sure your battery's in as good a position as possible, and go have some fun. He's 62% battery, so I mean you could gain some of that back. Not a lot, because I don't think it's a particularly great place to get it back. Is Can definitely see a lot of tyres are going. There's a lot of sketchy lines. The grip is going.
Penalty regain, the penalty? The battery regain yesterday was horrible. It was non-existent, basically.
I feel it's very Austria-like, where it's like, where do you gain? You know what I mean? It's literally
Yes.
flat out as much as possible.
There's no strong braking points. Speaking with Liam, that's where he felt I was losing a lot of my pace, was I was braking too much, if that's even possible.
As Stars gets by Husky, that his soft starting to go on.
This could be interesting as well for SX Perry here. He's going to be getting DRS off Halo down the main straight. Is he going to be able to get past then clear enough to not get blue flags? As he just drives straight on through the P2 man. Hubbard and Gregors are still just holding on to bad order.
Husky! Oh, we're down to 3 now, they don't have penalties. The top 2 in Alligator. I feel this order is going to be completely different when we get to the end of the race, as Danny gets by.
Just gets by.
I've got a feeling that's Hub's tyre starting to go.
Yeah, he's dropping off there. You can say the same for Jenkins as well, because Danny D pulled him back in nicely and dispatched him quickly. Oh, that's an interesting line. Oh, Hub with another pen.
So I think if you're Taylor Jenkins, though, like everybody around about you pretty much has far greater penalties, so he's not really. I think the only person he needs to defend in that situation is Gregors, and he's got him covered by 3 seconds. So I think he's quite stationary for where he needs to be. Aye, everybody else is
he'll be fine unless he's on 2 warnings, and then he's got to worry about Gregors.
I say you can see that buffer anyway. As I say, he'll have that data in front of him up at the top left corner.
3.2 seconds at the minute, so.
Oh, we've got a couple that have the fuel warning. Raceboy is one, as you mentioned. Mantas has it now. It is Alligator. It looks like Alligator from my left-hand side view, but it definitely is Alligator. Stars has it. As Husky Saturn decides to take a wee detour there. As Perry gets the fastest lap as well.
Got it done and dusted.
And he does have the fuel light, but he's a lap down, so he'll be alright. Oh! A few up the top have the red warning. Red warning, Mo. Lofty. Halo.
That means they have less than a lap of fuel left, so
they should be alright then.
They've either timed this perfectly, or they're going to be in absolute tears towards the end. With the top 3 having it, I don't think that's going to make any change, unless if Lofty or Halo were to run out of fuel now. They've got big enough margins. Danny D, again, I think he's going to drop to P7 regardless. So unless if he runs out early doors, James isn't going to be close enough to catch.
To see, the only person I don't have that flashing light for is like the Gregors and Taylor Jenkins. Everybody else round about them has it.
I'll tell you what, Lofty, time for your screen time, boyo. As we come around the final corners with the Haas driver, who has led pretty much from the last 20 laps or so. Comfortable race.
Nobody's been getting a swatch of that Haas, that's for sure.
No.
Oh, that could be big.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's just about 3 seconds the gap is as well between those two. Anyway, Lofty takes the win. Takes the Qatar Grand Prix. Our championship leader Halo is going to come across the line in 2nd place to extend. I don't think he's taken enough points to win it. We will check it afterwards. Yeah. Ooh,
it's all going to change. That's how I'm just let people cross the line and they can figure it out for them.
Not even a tenth between Jenkins and Gregors. Danny D dropped down to P5, Bad Order down to P6, Hubbard 7th. James is going to weave us across the line in P8.
Mantas is running out of fuel. Raceboy, I think, is running out of fuel.
Raceboy is out of fuel, Mantas is out of fuel.
Come on, Baggy!
If it wasn't for this penalty. Baggy would have a fucking point if it wasn't for the pen. We might still do it!
It's Super Baggy, boing, boing, boing! As he gets a point at the last second by 7.5 tenths. And Alligator gets P12, Husky up to P13. Fantastic.
wrap us off in a minute.
Well, to be fair, if there's anything we've learned from Formula One in 2024, this is the natural pace of the Alpine.
Realism. Nailed by EA Sports. Who would have thought?
Obviously, Perry's already crossed the line being a lap down, but he did claim, I believe, the fastest lap, if I can get that. Nope, I can't, I'll get it after. But yeah, I feel that race as well, pretty rapid, just for the whole, well, the nature of the circuit. It's free-flowing circuit, and yeah. See, the thing is, you want to say like much more about what Lofty done, but it's like, it was just solid. It was just, go for it. Well done.
It would be the usual Max questions. How did the race go? Yeah, it went all right. What did you do? I was watching the TV screens. I went around. A professional race. We're to call it a professional victory. And then
So
of
how did you
course,
feel? How did you feel about that race? Well,
Tyler Jenkins on the other hand had a battle to get to the podium positions, and fair play to him for that.
just give you the full classification. It's a Lofty P1, Halo P2, Taylor Jenkins P3, Gregor's up to P4, Legendary Danny P5, which is a hell of a comeback to save rather than a drive through. Bad Daughter P6, Hubbard P7, The Punisher P8, Rico, as I said, a very, very solid drive, pretty quiet drive, but I'm sure he'll be happy with that in P9. And right at the end, storming through like Mikey Johnson down the wing, it was Baggy Fan for P10 in the second half. Raceboy 11, Alligator P12 for Williams, Husky Saturn 13 for Red Bull, Mantas was 14 for the Alfa Romeo Kick, Sauber, Audi, whatever we're calling them in this day and age, 15 for Stars in the Alpine, 16 last finisher, but the fastest lap at 123.985 was SX Perry, and your DNFs was Hicklin, and your DSQ, no idea what happened, probably trying to fight the stewards, was Colden.
And a quick look at what that leaves us going into Abu Dhabi. There, unless obviously the stewards get involved, there will be an 18-point gap between Halo and Bad Otter. I believe Tyler Jenkins is now eliminated from contention. It is a two-horse race like it was last season in Division 3 between myself and Bad Otter. Again, I wonder if this time he's able to be honest, I think he's in a pretty similar position to what he was last season, being a high chunk of points down and needs a minor miracle to take it.
And Colden has confirmed that it was his wheel that lost connection, so a hardware issue there has resulted in his DSQ.
That's a shame.
That was enjoyable. It was the first time
It was indeed.
we've been in the box for a long, long time. But,
The rust definitely showed, but it was fun as anything.
when I didn't need to worry about camera angles, I just had to talk. I'm like, let's do this. It's no bother. Production side, I hate it, but the actual talking side is no bother.
Well, thank you for tuning in tonight. Tomorrow, over Diesel Dominator, as always, got the Mukiran Speedsters at 7 p.m. Tune in for those, and then as we said, next weekend season finale, Abu Dhabi. All 4 divisions, I believe, starting with F2 on Thursday, Div 2 Friday, these on Saturday, then McEwen on Sunday. Enjoy your nights, and ta-ta.